Okay, I'm back, and this time I'm with my next winter victim. Yeah, these are my Force RC cars. I have. Actually, I don't even know how many of these damn trucks I have. I just kept on buying them. I mean, I got a few with rollers. People didn't gutted the electronics out for some dumb reason. I mean, the electronics wasn't all that special in the first place. But they got them and make them all dirt cheap. So I probably got enough parts to make about 6 of these trucks. Oh my god. That's the whole trucks I probably got 4. Yeah. So anyway, the epidemic here came with this body, and yeah, it's kind of feeling sorry for itself. I mean, somebody tried to do a crappy ass job to reinforce it and failed, and all the crap ended up pulling off. So I gotta fix this body up or either crash it. So as for the new body, I just went and found one out of the closet and did it up. I don't even have the stickers for it. But who cares about it? It's just gonna get all tore up anyway. Made it to fit the thing, and it fits it perfectly. I don't even know what car this body came from, or if it even had a car that it came from. But who cares? Anyway, the truck, it's, even though it looks like this, it's mostly stock. I haven't really did nothing to it except change the electronics out to the stupid V2 armor system. That, this is like probably, I think this one has the V2 armor system in it as well. I did a little couple of things extra to that car though. It's not the stock. Epidemic Mud Rocker, that was the same car. It's not the stock car anymore. And you can see that it has the Creighton body on it. And I have plenty of 4S packs to run in it. Yeah, I'll take these things out with absolute reckless abandon. I wouldn't care about breaking these things at all. Mainly because they don't break that easily. Especially in the snow. Now in the summer, they can be all over the place and they still won't break. The arms on this thing is just so freaking flexible. It's not even right. Oh my god. I mean, any truck that you can take the inner arm and just completely flex it in like that is, yeah, it's not breaking. It's just that simple. So, as for the car itself, I tubbed the chassis over to try to keep crap out of it, even though crap is going to get in it anyway. Talking about snow and whatnot. It has a fan on it, but that fan is pretty much useless. It's not going to do nothing, and it's too cold for it to actually overheat anyway. So there's no use putting one of those big old 40mm fans on it and dealing with hooking up a battery to it and whatnot and crap. Although the 40mm fans that I have right now, it can run off of a 2S or a 3S. So it can actually run off of the 6 volts that's coming off the ESC2, albeit really slow. But that really doesn't matter anyway, so yeah, especially in the cold. And this thing has been in the cold most of its life. I mean, except for the first few months that I got it, this thing has been pretty much only cold weather. And I took it out and it was, oh my god, starting to get all rusted up and whatnot. So I cleaned it up, sprayed it down, and fixed it up just a little bit. I mean, it didn't even have a chassis brace on it or nothing. No kind of chassis brace. It had nothing in there. So I put the Creighton chassis brace in there, put some more protection to get the chassis going, and it's pretty much ready to go. I'll probably put on some mud flaps in the back like that has, but that's probably all that I'm going to do with it. As for the Creighton 4S wannabe over here, yeah, I like the stance of this thing. Oh my god. I mean, this is a little pygmy truck. It pretty much has the exact dimensions of the Creighton 4S, but it's, yeah, it's a mess in there. I should replace all of this crappy stuff and make it more like the Epidemics chassis guards to keep more crap out of there. Although it really doesn't have that much room to go with all of that stuff, I'll probably do it anyway, just because it looks nicer. I did put on some reinforced bumpers on this thing, and the Wheelie bar that I made up. Yeah, that acts as a skid. And as you can see, the chassis for this thing is nuts. I don't even know what car this chassis came from anymore. But I basically bolted all of the Mudracker Epidemic stuff to that chassis. Found some shorter dog bones, and now it has a buggy chassis from some car, who knows what it is. But these trucks was made to run off of success. I mean, they came from FS Racing. I think it was FS Racing. Yeah. So Horizon bought those cars over here from China because it was basically China cars, and half the price of them. Over in China, they were retailing for around $400 to $600. Yeah, and I think there's a Desert Racer type out there that has this same chassis. The Mudracker chassis, and it's like $600, $700. I'm like, what? Fucking insane. I mean, that one has an adjustable motor mount. Yeah, and that's about it. Yeah. The absolute weaknesses of this truck comes from the arms and the chassis breaks down up in there. It's literally the weakest chassis breaks I've ever heard. I've ever seen in any car ever. Period. The end. But I haven't taken it out, mainly because with this brace on here, the chassis really wasn't bending too much to begin with. And as you can see, I got even more of a ridiculous beast on that. And I changed that out to an EXB brace. I really do need to do that to this thing too. I might just go on and do that. Just for the hell of it. Because it's really ugly. That poor little piece of plastic down up in there. But yeah, these FS racing cars, I mean, they are pretty much what they are. They are cheap and ready to go. These cars was $300 out the door from Horizon, and for a long time there was actually $50 also, $250. I have found 4 of these cars since then. I mean, 4 of them in various states of getting beat the hell up. But they all still ran. They all basically ran the 4S system in it. Although one of them did have the 6S system in it. And yeah, I think it was this one. I think this one came with the system that it had in it. I think. And it was hanging out and busted up. I don't know. I really don't remember. I had too many of these cars to remember the exact details of what's going on with all of them. But $250, you got a new truggy style car. Despite its problems, that was the best, absolute best deal in RC in history ever. And I've been in this stupid hobby for over 20 years. There is no other deal that even comes close to that. And it only lasted for a few months, but you could still get that car for the few months that it was a new car, 4S, out the box, ready to go for $250. Wow. And a car that you can go out in that crazy snow, ice, and throw all over the place and it won't break. Yeah, for the last 3 years I've been chucking these cars with absolute reckless abandon out there, and they have not broke on at all. And I'll go on and do it probably tomorrow, maybe if I get around to it. But yeah, I got plenty of batteries for it. I don't know which one I actually get out there. I think this one will be ready. I probably want to put the mud flaps on the back. And yeah, those are nothing to cut out. I'll probably just go on and rip those off and just cut up another set and throw it on that. Just because I got a template up there. Might as well go on and use it. No use giving me even more work. Yeah, but these cars are pretty much solid. I mean, another thing is overloading the diff, but on 4S it's not going to overload anything. On 6S it's a whole different story. You know, on 6S you definitely want to find an aluminum diff for this thing. And I haven't even bothered about doing it because I haven't been using it in the summer at all. Or on 6S at all. So yeah, my next victim is pretty much going to be ready to go. Yeah, the hydrogen finally dried off over there. So got you, my Creighton looking thing, and I got you, my actual monster truck looking thing, and I'm gonna go out there and have a little bit of fun in the snow. And yeah, I know the cars is gonna come back in one piece because that's what they're made for. But it is what it is, and I will leave it at that.